Welcome back. So we're going to go a little bit more into typography and do kind of some changes here. So now we kind of left off where we were in our last video. We kind of have our two separate layers here that we can kind of add and change. We're going to do a few other little things. Let's create a third layer just to kind of add, kind of keep working on that layering system and learning that. So I'm going to create a new layer, and this is going to be kind of a, just an additional text subline. I'm going to go to our font, and we're going to go ahead and type in something goes here, just for the sake of learning. And I just always click on my move tool. I can kind of move it around again, kind of figure out where I want it to be placed. Let's say I want it to be placed kind of right here. But let's say I'm not really good at doing this manually, trying to figure out how to center align this change, something goes here layer, and this website layer. These are three different layers. Let me change the color so you guys can really see the layers differently. Okay, so now I have this green box as one layer, and I have this move tool selected. So I'm just able to shift things around and play with it. Anytime I want to make it bigger, I hold down that shift button and I'm able to kind of click on these layers and have fun, kind of just adjust some things. Okay. So I want to learn how to align things in the center, to the left or to the right. So let me just make these totally out of whack so we can kind of see how this works. So I want to select all three of these layers. There's two ways to do it. I can go to my layers panel, click on the top or the bottom, hold down the shift button and click at the bottom layer. It's going to select everything in between. Or I can do it by taking this move tool, just clicking on this very top in the tool panel, and just taking kind of holding down, pressing the mouse button and holding down, and I can select anything I want. So I'm selecting change. Now my box is selecting change, and then something goes here. And then I keep dragging my box and I'm able to select all three. That's the quickest way for me to do it. So I'm just going to select all three. All three layers are selected. I can now click on this M or the E or the T or any of these layers, and I can shift the entire layer system right here. So what I'm going to do, I went ahead and selected all three. I want to center align all three of these. Well, how do I do that? I have everything selected, and you'll have these options, the align options here. So I'm going to click on this one, which is center align. And you just hover over it. Sometimes you forget, but they have some nice icons to kind of help you remember what's what. This is kind of your center align. I'm going to click it, and it perfectly center aligned everything. According to right below each other. So everything is mathematically perfectly center aligned. Let's say I want to left align everything. I'm going to go ahead and take my move tool, kind of hold down, make a square. I selected all three. All three of my layers are highlighted. I'm going to click on this left aligned option, and I left aligned everything. Or right align, or center. So that's kind of a neat way to kind of do some easy alignment. So yeah, these colors are horrendous, but at least they're different enough where you can kind of see which layer and kind of control you can have over some of these things. I'm just making some adjustments. So you can also double click a layer, just press enter just like Word. Create different lines. This is still one layer here. You can go back, press back. And that's it. I can change color. Anytime I'm making edits to this, like color or size, I'm just double clicking the T. If I were to double click out here on the layer, it's going to open up that layer style panel. And we're going to get to that in the next video because that's incredibly powerful, this layer style panel. You can actually style each one of these layers to have drop shadow, outer glow, stroke, all these different options. That's how you're going to edit that. So this is it for typography. I have some more typography classes at the end of this lesson, and then other classes that you can really get into even more detail in terms of doing really nice high-end typography.